Oh, see, like now I can sort of guess what arguments. I don't really hear the arguments. I've only ever heard one voice which said yes after I asked it if it was God. So, that's slightly better. My lips were dry anyway. Okay. So I can hear you arguing with me, but all that stuff in the Old Testament is about germs. Not eating pigs, cloven hoof animals are more susceptible to blood parasites, and meat curing and cooking technology just wasn't that good back then. So, kosher, that's all about germs. Don't wear men's clothing if you're a woman. That messes up your biome. Sleeping two in an empty abandoned house, or else a Lilitu will come in. She's the woman that kills babies. She kills her, eats her own children. That is a germ that can mess up your health because it messes up your biome. Okay, so the not touching people who have nasal drainage. Don't sit in the chair they sat in. Take if you accidentally touched them or sat in their chair. You wash your clothes. I think or you burn the chair, and you have to wash your clothes and bathe, and then fast and pray for 3 days. Still, also about germs. All of the sexy rules is because we're all one. So there's like a community biome. If one person is, yeah. So hence the she's made all you made all nations drink the wine of the wrath of your fornication. Be like health problems, migraines, diabetes. I mean, who knows what all is caused by this? All I know is that I get dumped an awful lot for saying no to things, and I've come to learn from my walk with gross Jesus, the spirit I like to call gross Jesus. Excuse me. And child predation. You notice? Do you remember El Chapo talking about the little kids being his vitamins? He's stealing their life force. Remember that woman who got arrested for murdering that guy? She got her boyfriend to kill that guy. And she's a witch. She named him Michael. And um, they killed this other guy who was a lesser witch that was stealing her life force. Okay. So, anyway, just some food for thought. I know that wasn't really very organized, but those are some of the excuse me, sources that lead me to believe that, yes, actually, Jesus could tell by looking at the woman's physical condition how many husbands she had had, and he was being a jerk, for lack of a better term. He was being a smart aleck, at the very least. See him trying to keep it tidy in the mouth, but like, less pirate-ish, like my mom. I come by it naturally, right? I think I'm doing pretty good. Okay. And so why would he ask her if she were to go and get her husband? That was obviously, he was trying to see if she was married or not because he wanted to pick her up. So she answers back, I have no husband. And then he goes, you've answered correctly. You have no husband. For you've had 5 husbands, and him that you now have is not truly yours. So, and then also, this leads me into the little segue where I come to Jesus spake with authority and not as one of the scribes. He spoke about what he had lived, So the parable of the Good Samaritan was actually Jesus was attacked and probably mobbed by some people that he had, on his first run out, had told that he was going to be the king of Jerusalem, and they didn't care. He was curing their headache with his voice. And then they wanted more, so they all attacked him, and he winds up passed out on the side of the road. And the Samaritan shows up and knows what to do and takes him and pays up his lodging for 3 days for no reason. So that was something real that happened, I believe, to Jesus. And that's then he's all like, with this knowledge, you can take over the world. Here comes Satan. And he did not do that. And I would also like to point out that now there's been like 10,000 years. Why did Abraham say to Sarah, "You are a fair woman"? So when we go here, tell the king that you're my sister. He's assuming that the king will want to take his kingly privilege with this beautiful new woman. And then the king learns that she's already been had and he doesn't want her anymore. So 10,000 years of human history, there have been people who knew what the health consequences were to having too much dirty sex. And instead of warning anyone else, they decided to not do that so that they wouldn't have to suffer public shame and lose their power over the behavior of the minds. They lose their influence. If you fall from people don't think you're virtuous, they're not going to listen to you anymore. So they all just lied for 10,000 years. I didn't know this. I didn't know this until I had a child. No one said anything. No, but okay. Anyway, that was just further clarification how I came to the conclusions that I came to, mostly for the church people who are arguing with me about stuff.